Finding the wisdom of life in an old story. The connection between Gyunmongsong and our lives. You've probably heard someone say, you should read more books, at some point in your life. And yet, when it comes time to actually pick up a book, many of us feel stuck. What should I read? Or I don't understand the content even if I try. Especially when it comes to old stories, it often feels even more challenging. However, the book I want to introduce today is not just an old story, it is a remarkable mirror reflecting our present lives. This is Gyunmongsong, Nine-Clad Dream, a novel written by the 17th century Korean scholar Kim Man-jung. Does the title Gyunmongsong sound difficult? Let me explain. The word means nine-clad dream, literally nine clouds dream. This title itself encapsulates the essence of the story. This book transcends being merely an old tale. It compels us to deeply reflect on the many dilemmas and questions we encounter in life. Now, let me tell you about what this book is about and why it is worth reading, in a simple and engaging way. Even if you're not familiar with books, it's okay. Just come with an open mind and imagine you're listening to an old story. 1. Gyunmongsong. What kind of story is this? A life drama unfolding in a dream. In a nutshell, Gyunmongsong is about a young man who experiences all possible worldly pleasures in a dream before ultimately realizing the emptiness of life. The story is set during the Tang dynasty of China, a time when Buddhism was flourishing. The protagonist is a young Buddhist monk named Seongjin. He diligently studies the Buddha's teachings under the guidance of Master Yaksim, a revered monk, at Hyangsan Mountain. One day, while fetching something for his teacher, he visits the Dragon Palace and meets the 8 immortal maidens, 8 beautiful women. Enchanted by their beauty, Seongjin begins to question his monastic life and his Buddhist vows. Is it truly right to live a quiet, monastic life? This questioning leads him to become ensnared by worldly desires. Detecting Seongjin's faltering heart, Master Yaksim scolds him and the maidens and sends them back to the human world as a form of punishment and also to give them the opportunity to learn through experience. In the human world, Seongjin is reborn as Yang So-woo. Born into a wealthy family with exceptional talent and good looks, Yang So-woo grows up receiving first-rate education and becomes a prodigy in his youth. He passes the civil service exam with top honors and climbs to the highest ranks of government, becoming a prime minister. He attains power, wealth, and prestige. But it doesn't stop there. Yang So-woo falls in love with many beautiful women. All 8 of the immortal maidens from his dream are reborn as women of unparalleled beauty and accompany him as his wives. He marries 2 main wives and has 6 concubines, all of whom possess extraordinary talent, wisdom, and charm. Together, they build a happy family and raise many children. It seems Yang So-woo has achieved everything humanly possible: wealth, power, fame, beautiful wives, and smart children. However, time is impartial. As Yang So-woo grows old, a profound sense of emptiness begins to overwhelm him. Standing before a gathering of his wives and children, he suddenly questions, are all these things I've struggled for truly eternal? Are they real happiness? Just as this thought emerges, an old monk nearby taps the ground with his staff and scolds, So-woo, haven't you yet realized? With that moment, Yang So-woo awakens from the dream. He returns to his original form as Seongjin, the young monk, still studying under his master. Realizing that his entire life of wealth and power was a fleeting dream, Seongjin gains true enlightenment about the impermanence of life and the nature of happiness. He becomes a great monk, completing his spiritual journey and living a fulfilling life. How did that story feel? Though an old tale, it contains a dramatic, movie-like life journey. It goes beyond being just an old story, posing profound questions we've all asked ourselves at least once. 2. Gyunmongsong. Why is it meaningful to us? A message beyond time. Gyunmongsong is more than just an old story. The reason this 300-year-old novel continues to touch people today is due to the universal messages it carries. Let's explore what meaningful questions and insights this book offers us. 2.1. The transience of life and the question of true happiness. The most central question raised by Gyunmongsong is what is the true nature of happiness, and how can we find it in a world marked by impermanence? Yang So-woo possesses everything: immense power, wealth, and beautiful women. In modern terms, this is like having the best car, the most expensive apartment, the position of a CEO or president, a celebrity spouse, and millions of followers on social media. This is the life many people dream of. Yet, in the twilight of his life, Yang So-woo realizes it is all ultimately meaningless. No matter how much one enjoys their power and possessions, time flows forward, aging and eventually taking everything away. We see similar patterns in our own lives. People who work tirelessly for money may lose their health. Others chase status through expensive possessions only to feel emptiness. Even if we admire others' luxurious lives on social media and believe that we'll find happiness by achieving the same, we often end up with new desires and further emptiness. Gyunmongsong shows us this reflection. It challenges the idea that our current standards of success and happiness are truly correct, and that the superficial, materialistic world may not represent the full picture. When we accept that everything in this world is impermanent and ever-changing, we can begin to ask ourselves what truly matters in life. Where can we find inner peace? The book does not tell us to abandon everything and become a monk. Rather, it encourages us to fully experience worldly life and gain insight from it. Yang So-woo's journey reveals the wisdom that we must first fully understand our desires and their nature before we can transcend them. 2.2. Insight into the essence and control of desire. Like Seongjin, who yearned for worldly pleasures after seeing the 8 immortal maidens, humans naturally have desires. Wanting money, delicious food, nice clothes, recognition, and love are all part of our basic nature. Gyunmongsong directly addresses these desires. Yang So-woo's life journey fulfills every human desire: the desire for power, as a prime minister, the desire for wealth, a prosperous life, the desire for fame, top exam results, the desire for love, beautiful wives, and the desire for family, children and grandchildren. Ultimately, all these desires are satisfied. Yet, when Yang So-woo experiences the end of these desires, he realizes that there is no lasting satisfaction, only emptiness. This reflects the human condition: one desire leads to another. We achieve one goal, yet another pops up. It's like a thirsty man drinking seawater: the more he drinks, the thirstier he becomes. Gyunmongsong tells us not to reject desires outright. Desires can be the driving force of life. However, it warns us that losing control over them can cause suffering. The key is not to eliminate desires, but to understand their nature and master them. It urges us to deeply reflect on what we truly want and how it affects our lives. In our modern world, which constantly stimulates consumption and desire, latest smartphones, fashion trends, luxury cars, and overseas travel, Gyunmongsong encourages us to pause and ask ourselves: do I truly want this? What does this mean for my life? 2.3. The meaning of life and the illusion of reality. The most central device in Gyunmongsong is the concept of dreams. The long, rich life of Yang So-woo is revealed to be a dream. This raises the philosophical question: what is real? What is illusion? We live in the world we call reality, yet sometimes our reality feels dreamlike, and our dreams can feel real. Gyunmongsong suggests that life itself might be like a vast dream. We may cling to what we believe are the most important things: wealth, fame, power, even relationships, but all of these can vanish or change. This realization does not lead us toward nihilism. On the contrary, recognizing the impermanence of life helps us cherish the present moment. Precisely because life is not eternal, we come to appreciate the meaning in each fleeting moment. Understanding that what we possess is not eternal allows us to reduce our attachment to material things. When conflicts arise in relationships, we can gain the perspective that these things are temporary and choose to forgive or understand with a broader mind. Acknowledging the limits and finitude of life helps us live each moment more fully and gratefully, just as Seongjin did after waking from his dream. 2.4. The multidimensional charm of female characters. Gyunmongsong features 2 main wives and 6 concubines, 8 women in total. At first glance, they might seem to serve only to highlight Yang So-woo's success and wealth. But upon closer inspection, these women are not mere decorations. Each is a multidimensional character with exceptional talent, wisdom, and beauty. They excel in poetry, painting, music, and dancing, and each plays a significant role in Yang So-woo's life. Of course, the limitations of the Joseon dynasty's patriarchal society mean these women cannot escape the constraints of their era. However, even within these social norms, they display their unique personalities and charm, offering comfort and guidance to Yang So-woo, thus enriching his life. This suggests that Kim Man-jung viewed these women not as disposable characters but as meaningful figures who contribute to life's richness. From a modern perspective, some parts may feel outdated. However, considering the context of the time, the fact that Kim Man-jung gave these women distinct personalities and vividly depicted their talents is notable. It indicates that the novel aims not just to tell a male-centered tale but to show the complexity of human relationships and emotions. 2.5. Ultimate enlightenment and inner peace. Ultimately, Gyunmongsong is a story that leads toward ultimate enlightenment and inner peace. When Seongjin realizes that Yang So-woo's life was a dream and returns to his original identity as a monk, he attains a deep, unshakable understanding of life. This realization is not a nihilistic rejection of all desires but a wisdom that accepts the impermanence and imperfection of the world. This wisdom helps us transcend the many sufferings and anxieties of life. Whether we are stressed by money, hurt by relationships, or burdened by future uncertainties, Gyunmongsong challenges us to ask, where can I find true comfort and happiness? It reminds us that happiness does not come from external conditions or possessions but from understanding ourselves and cultivating inner growth. Reading a book does not instantly grant enlightenment. However, through stories like Gyunmongsong, we can pause, reflect on our lives, and consider what truly matters. This reflection itself is the first step toward enlightenment and a path toward a richer life. 3. A new beginning. Offered by an old book. Friends, we've explored the 17th century Korean novel Gyunmongsong together. How did you feel about it? At first, it may have seemed difficult, but I hope you felt a connection to the timeless wisdom it holds and to your own life. Gyunmongsong is not merely an old story or a difficult classic. It is like a wise teacher who transcends time and space, posing deep questions about human nature, the impermanence of life, and the true meaning of happiness. In our busy daily lives, it offers a moment to pause and reflect on where we are going and what truly brings us joy. Reading books might feel difficult or distant, but they contain a world of wisdom and new perspectives we may not yet know. Gyunmongsong can be an excellent first step in opening that door. Just as Seongjin gained true insight from Yang So-woo's luxurious life, we too can use this story to reflect on our lives and begin a journey toward inner peace. Reading a book is not just about reading words. It is about meeting the wisdom of people from centuries ago and gaining a mirror to reflect on our own lives. Gyunmongsong will surely become such a precious mirror for you. I encourage you to step into this old story with courage. I truly believe it will bring small but meaningful change to your life.